Hey, my name is Mohan. I'm the CMO of Nairon.
And my name is Luca. I'm the CEO of Nairon.
Luca, ChatGPT is not an AI model, is it?
Oh, it's just a wrapper.
Let's explain to the audience what actually is a wrapper.
So a wrapper is essentially the product that's built on top of an AI model. ChatGPT is OpenAI's wrapper product that's built on top of their GPT-5 model. So if we look at this diagram over here, we can actually see that the majority of what we see in ChatGPT is actually just a wrapper. The user interface, the buttons, the layout, the input fields, all of the chats that are happening, even the text that's happening is the user interface in that level. It's built on top of data and integrations with different platforms. And then it's given a little bit of a systems prompt. And what a system prompt is, before your first message goes out to ChatGPT, OpenAI actually inserts a little bit of instruction for ChatGPT to actually be able to answer the way that they want it to answer.
Interesting. And so a lot of the AI tools we actually see on the web right now are really just wrappers on top of these existing LLM models.
Some of the biggest players that we know of, for example, in the coding space, is Cursor. Cursor is essentially a wrapper that's built on top of multiple different models. And what's cool about the wrappers is they're actually many of the times model agnostic. Cursor can use GPT-5, it can use Claude's models, for example, like Haiku, Opus, Sonnet. They can actually change. And so for themselves, different use cases, different models. We can look at, for example, for search, Perplexity. So Perplexity is a product where you can search using AI. They're one of the first search products, essentially an LLM going out and searching stuff on the web. Kind of sounds, basic today, and like we're all used to this functionality, but it was really innovative when they came out 2 years ago. Then there's Jasper and also ChatGPT, as we mentioned. It's the most well-known wrapper right now.
And so the purpose of the wrapper is to just essentially give better direction to the LLM and produce a better output for the user for a specific task.
Yeah, that's a really good way of looking at it. When looking at, for example, Cursor, they could have very simply just taken your code base, given it to an LLM and told it, go fix this bug. But they've added a lot more depth there so that they include examples of how to fix similar issues. They add more layers of instruction, as you mentioned, to make it more precise and more in depth to solve that task, rather than just giving a generic prompt with a generic amount of information to the LLM to essentially do the task very generically.
And so what distinguishes a high quality, useful wrapper versus one that maybe is a little bit more generic?
So the thickness of the wrapper is what actually differentiates a lot of companies. The thinner the wrapper, think about this as a very simple chatbot, maybe with 1 or 2 features, versus another platform, doesn't look like a chatbot at all. A lot of the model layer stuff happens in the background. There's a lot of data that goes through. There's a lot of your own IP that it's sort of leveraged off of. There's a lot of skills and workflows set to it so that the LLM can do a lot more differentiated tasks rather than that very generic example of just a chatbot. One of my favorite tools, which actually is a wrapper of the big labs, is actually Claude Code. Very simply, if you look at Claude Code, it's just in the terminal. It has access to your entire file system, your entire code base. It has a bunch of functionality packed in the back that comes up as you start using the tool more and more.
What does this mean for the average business owner that's trying to implement AI within their business? Should they, make their own wrappers, use other companies?
Really comes down to what the requirements are. So if you have a workflow that's very unique, that's very tailored, it's going to be tough for you to find the wrapper that exists that can fit your use case and fit your business very well. And so what we actually see, and this is what we do a lot of consulting for and a lot of implementation work for, is that actually a lot of business owners are turning to building their own AI internal tools, or wrappers in this case. And the consensus is they don't want to just build a thin wrapper, right? They don't just want to have a little chatbot that answers their questions. They want one that's integrated with their ERP, that's integrated with their CRMs, with their tools, that's doing things for them during the middle of the night, right? AI agents and all those sort of things. By the way, AI agents are actually a wrapper in itself, right? And so in summary, I would really just be looking at, is there a wrapper that fits my requirements, or should I build it internally? And even building it internally, sometimes even a thin wrapper can get the job done.
We'll get more into how business owners can actually implement wrappers for themselves in upcoming videos. For the time being, guys, you can subscribe to our newsletter. The link's down in the description below. You can also find us on LinkedIn, where we're very, very active and post on a daily basis. And until next time, we'll see you in the next video.